And we're live. All right. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs. May I protect your lip, them, dry lip. Crack up lip on them thing there. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, the Uber driver, the Lyft driver, the truck driver, the taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance drivers. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others. As much as you want good for yourself, you're a good person. Shout out to you. Rolling, roping. Welcome into Morning Thoughts with SouFLoTV. I am your host with the most. And this morning we have a whole heap of things to talk about this morning. Why? Been a festive weekend. Anyhow, before I get started on that, I don't know, I just woke up this morning feeling like, y'all know I do these random things, right? So when you allow people into your life and they act temporary, you treat them like a temporary. Stop getting attached to and giving your best of you to depleting your valuable resources, time, and energy for temporary people. Save it. Save it for your root people. Save it for those who are permanent. I don't know. That's why people be getting mad, because you out here treating temporary people like they're permanent. And then when you realize that they're temporary, cause them skip town upon you and gone, then them gone with your heart, soul, and everything else. Don't do that, right? It's the same principle that goes with me telling the men, when it's a woman you're dealing with, it's okay to be a giver. You're just that kind of man. You know what I say? You give, you make sure she all right, you make sure she enjoys some of the good things in life. You put some firsts in her life kind of thing. But give only what you can afford to lose. Don't give too much. Because if you give it all of what you have and then she decides that it's time for her to peace out on you, you're left with nothing. Then you feel like you want to find her and take back some of what you give, because how could I have given so much and you just walk away like that? Well, you're so much to her wasn't so much to her. You know, you're so much to you wasn't so much to her. So on to the next one. That kind of stuff. We'll start upon some lessons this early morning. There was another one that I woke up thinking of, but I'm sure I'll remember it later on. This morning, though, we have on the board. Let me flip my paper and see. All right, so Vybz Kartel lawyer was found guilty of professional misconduct. He's in a spat with the DPP Paula Llewellyn. And then we're going to talk about that in detail. Did a video on it, but that video was just sharing information and, a snippet of my opinion. We need to get deeper into these. And then Mavado, dancehall artist, reggae icon Mavado. Gangsta for life. Mavado, where them a do? Them a try put you in a prison. Warrant issued for Mavado's arrest. Mavado is now classified as a fugitive, because if warrant is your arrest, you're not sure. You're a fugitive, right? On the run, wanted man in Jamaica. Some people act like they don't know what that is about. I'm gonna get all the way into what that is about, because time flies and people forget. So with that said, we're gonna get into those two topics this morning. Shouldn't be much. If I have some time, I'm probably going to get into Vybz Kartel new project, My Religion, the EP that dropped. My World, Biracial, the Good As Video, Symphony, Immortal, True Religion, and Like Royalty. Those are the topics, the name of the tracks that are on that. But we're gonna save that for last, or I might do that on another video, right? But right now, we're gonna talk about Mavado and Vybz Kartel, and very interesting it's gonna be. See? So with that said, somebody left a big old comment in the comment section. Y'all pardon my language this early in the morning, but sometimes we have to deal with the ignorance and we have to pinpoint it and use it as an example. It's not that we are big up the people and we're ignorant. So I see a big comment on me sitting yesterday was say, Batty boy, slow mo, slow flow, SLOW flow, slow flow. Back to boy SouFLo. Watch how y'all talk about the general Mavado, you know. Every time I do dancehall, this is what happens. Every time I do any kind of review for anybody that involves dancehall music, this is what happens. Always get called out my name, disrespected, all this other stuff. You know, so enough of them man here that hide behind these keyboard and beat off their thumb, right? A lot of them have picnic where them don't take care, you know. They they are vicious on social media in defense of their favorite artists, but them have youth or them not mind. You not mind your youth, you not take care of your youth. You're probably home beating on your girlfriend and all this kind of stuff, but you are here fighting for what a man say about another man. In case you didn't realize that, this is a talk show. See, I'm a come for talk. And when me talk, but I don't talk loosely. I always talk from a place of facts. See, it has to be stated right in front of me, else I'm not really saying it, or I let the audience know. Say, you know, I just my opinion on that one. There still, but me feel like, you know, we talk already. See, but me don't know how them up in them feelings. So, but boy, slow flow. Never see them man here with a woman yet. No children around them. Always in a group with one bag of tight pants, man. And them call other people batty, man. My pants them can't tight. My shirt them can't stick on for me because you was see me gun. Or idiot boy. Anyhow, let's get right into this morning, my friend. The first one we're gonna start out with is bigging up the people them that come in here on a regular basis. I got cussed out Friday, Thursday, told you on Friday, got another one on Friday. Up under my mother and me dirty thinking. The person all curse me penis, me dick, me. I don't know how them know about all them part their people body, but I got cursed in the worst way because I have paid membership to my channel. And if you pay your monthly, you can just look at it as a small donation to somebody that gets up every day and gives you content, create interesting content for you. Whether you like the content or not, the content interesting, and you just give a little $10 a month. Who can survive off of $10 a month? If you were looking at somebody and saying, yo, you know, I appreciate this, man. Every day I can look forward to something new on your channel. You know, here's a little something. $10 a month. You spend $10 through a drive-through. You know, your Starbucks coffee is close to $10. Your Burger King, your KFC, your something, I'm asked for $10 a month. And I told you that the more we get, and if we hit a certain number, I'll be giving away a certain amount of money. I gave away $1,000, $100, $100, $100. Me not hear nobody said nothing about that in appreciation. Trying to get more people to come in because the grand goal was to be able to give away $1,000 per month at a time, $1,000 US to somebody who is really in need of it. We still didn't hit those numbers because my people them sit on their lorries thinking, so if him get this much, then him gonna get this much. And the boy I got rich. Somebody actually said it in the comment section. Oh, so you take people for idiot. You are got rich. And only thing you want give back is 1,000 every month. Wow. Anyhow, with that said, I can't change some people's mindset, so I just boogie with the people them where boogie with me. In other words, then if you're moving in my vibration, then we'll move together. See? And that's where it's at. We have to left out some people. As you say that I changed my card and I'm not able to renew my membership at SouFLo. Well, SDs, you know, you will find a way to make that work, just like you find a way to make everything else work that you really want. Yeah, right? Let me say this one more time before I go any further. When them go in a certain store, see, and they see something they want, there is no excuse. They must find a way to get it. Yo, I want that. Okay, you want it, but your paycheck not enough this month. Well, me I save up till next month, or me I put it on credit, or me I do, you see what I'm saying? They'll find 10 different ways to get to what they really want. So if at this point you're telling me all kinds of excuses about your membership, just left me out of the excuses, please. You either get the membership or you don't. I know y'all want me to run behind you and lick the back of your heel as you walk, so you can kick me every time just for your monthly membership and all that. But I'm not gonna do all that. Okay. So if you don't feel like me, I lick your foot bottom enough, then hey, do what you gotta do. All right. I'll always find another way. Put it that way. See? So like I said, big up to the people them who riding with me. I'm riding with them, and this is for them. Stop cuss me out, man. Them a link me on all other social media platform. The woman was said she have multiple beauty salons in New York. It shouldn't be a problem, mama, for you for just file out a little, you know what I'm saying? So stop with the craziness. Stop with the craziness. It don't make me look bad. It make you look bad. I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing. I'm in a rob nobody yet. Yet. Yeah. Been rob nobody yet. You never know. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Anyhow. By the sweat of a man's bro, socially eat bread. Me not rob nobody. You hear me? My conscience wouldn't sit right with me. My granny, I look upon me and I tell me, say, don't do it, SouFLo, don't do it. If me not gonna rob no me that start a church already and come out and come preach. Hallelujah! In the name of Jesus. Oi, I could do it, but I think God would have strike me, dogs. I'll do it. With that said, let's get into them topics. And I'm going to big up some people first this morning. My family is on board. I see all these green names in here. For those who are watching and you're not here, then this is where you need to be. You can talk to the family. The family in here talking to each other. And it's always festive in the comment section on Morning Talks. We're not getting that 2 main topic getting on me. I go big up the people them now. And then we're going to start with the Mavado situation. The Mavado situation goes very deep. Stick a pin. Great Goodies is in the building this morning. Great Goodies, big up yourself and thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. Sharon Spence, big up yourself. Stash, there. Juno Bryan's in the building this morning. Mr. Article, Don, there. Janet Stewart's here. Rosalind Smichael is here. Lil Red Gucci 2 is in the building this morning. Lil Red Gucci 2, big up yourself. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Wayne Nathan is in the building this morning. Maxine Good as Gold there. Stacey Ann Williams is here. Audrey Wright's here. Lessa Stevens here. Brummel Wright's in the building this morning. Jet Shelley is in the building. Good morning, SouFLo. Up. And everybody's. Sandra Gardner O'Glesby is in the building this morning. King Biggs there. Pussy Galore is in the building. Every time I said I name them, I laugh. Hit my thumbs up button, please. Thank you. Pussy Galore is in the building this morning. Sean Cassell is here. Michelle Howell is in the building this morning. Good morning, everyone, and SouFLo. Guava 876 there must be sweet. Lady J is here, unless you're a green guava. Lady J there this morning. Lessa Stevens says rainy Monday in VA. I'm thinking that's Virginia, right? Lessa Steven SD is in the building. SD says good morning, SouFLo. Blessings to you and the family. Good morning, everyone. Senior Sexy is in the building. Boy, talking of Senior Sexy, me I see some. I was seeing this thing about you women of this new generation, like the new 45s and up. Just scrolling social media, I see a couple of things and you say, yo, we're not doing a thing, me not like. Things are looking different. For the woman in them 50s never used to look like that when me did little. Man, I don't know how I go on, but anyhow, everybody pitch up and patch up these days. Like Dr. Miami done put on a couple of booties and inflated a couple of titties. He done put some stuff in some lips, so everybody lip look round and plump now, like want to kiss you all the time. And I don't know, people are chip chop and add here, take away from there, put to this. So I don't know, but this generation of older people, period, looks very different from generations gone before. Anyhow, SD's big up yourself. Senior Sexy is in the building. Senior Sexy is the name that had me thinking that. Lady B is in the building this morning. Julie Tapper is here. Hot and spicy there. Sean Cassell is in the building. Darlene Walter Riley. Denzel Gale. Prelis 123 is in the building. Nikita Jones, thank you for being here this morning. Carrie Ann Jones is in the building this morning. DR, big up yourself. DR said, good morning. It's good to catch a live again. And thank you for being here, DR. I'm glad you catch you this morning. All right. King Big said, enough of them I look stripe. May I try to tell them, my friend. And them I look stripe from people who don't even care about them at all. At all. Imagine that. You're looking stripe from somebody who don't even care about you in any way. Don't even care if you exist. How do you do that? Why? Sean Cassell is here. Let's witness. Sean says, let's take the likes to 200 plus, please. All right, Sean. Let's watch the likes. They are 135. The thumbs up. King Big says, them I look for stripes from them artists or them followers. Half of them not even have no followers, but them I look for stripes anyways. That's their business. You are arguing with idiot, you know. Boy, I'm not argue with them, you know. I'm just addressing certain things. Argument take two people going back and forth. I mean, I go back and forth with nobody. I go back and forth with a girl in my bed. That's about it. No back and forth with no man. SD says, as you say that, I changed my card. Okay, may I skip over that one. The SDs. Big up yourself. King Biggs, big up yourself. Roxanne McIntosh is in the building. Richie Shiva there. Big up yourself. And I didn't call your name like Kaz Robinson, Sharon Ingram, Brickhouse, and Marilyn Grant. Then you don't know. Faye Van Rail is in the building this morning. And Lessa Stevens, big up on yourself. Thank you for being here. Black Goddess Henry, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. All right, let's get into the topics now, man. So, Mavado seems to be in a bit of a trouble. What them a do, what them a try, Morrow will fly high into the sky. Me guns no borrow, me money buy, a guy with Anyway. Yo, listen up. I'm about to thing me I pull up right now, Steve, because he actually left it on here, and the writing was so small when I did the video. If you listen to me on the video, you can hear say, me ain't really do too know what go on. Like I couldn't read it because the writing was so small. But anyhow, I don't want people misconstrue my thing and take it as me laughing at. I'm not laughing at anybody. I don't laugh at people when people in them things. See? I try to put information out there. And honestly, before me even got any further, in the Mavado case, there's justification for certain things, and then I have questions like everybody else. So for those who don't know, and they be thinking, yeah, this is my favorite artist, them just I try hold on the artist, I want go on. We have to bring everything clear to you, make you understand what really are going. All right. So, Movado have a lawyer. This attorney, Miss Macedo, Messi Masado, I call her, because she pulled a stunt before. And the stunt was, we're going to take some laxative and we're going to go to court because she was in trouble and she was disbarred. We're going to go to court, and in order for us to not be confined to a jail cell, you know, if you're going there, you do up yourself and everything, it just run out by your clothes. Like that. The judge is not going to say, take her straight to confinement, right? You might end up at the infirmary, and then you might end up, and then from there, as an attorney, you know how to navigate the law. So you can say, listen, this ailment, and you can get a doctor friend to write up some paper, say she have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and this and that combined with that and whatever. You guys are not going to be able to take care of her. She needs to be in a medical environment or supervised by medical professionals. So she gets her from that prison cell there or that jailhouse there, and she's over there chilling at her house, right? In-home arrest kind of thing. So they went into the courthouse and they, you know, she messed up herself. I'm not the one that said it. It's on the front page of the Gleaner, just like I just said it. Messado messes herself. She mess up herself. She do pan herself, right? And I think it was a stunt. I'm saying, my opinion, I think that was a stunt. Just like how there's another video of her out now, a walk in a half a tree square with 1 foot of shoes. And she, if you see the strip, you know, a woman carry them pocketbook and them carry the pocketbook by the strap. She carry a pocketbook by the pocketbook and the strap does a swing so, and then she have 1 foot of shoes on, and then the next foot bottom black like she a walk from country go half a tree. But again, I think the insanity plea is coming up because it's factual that she finessed Mavado out of $30 million. She finessed him out of $30 million. Oh no, broke pocket. Me broke to you know, but me not go around saying $30 million strip of money that, man, a small money that. Some of y'all be on social media just showing out. And when I see y'all in real life, you know, nothing really goes so stop. But a small money that, I don't know money that, whatever all that for. $30 million in Jamaican money is a whole lot of money. All right? Ask Google how much that. No found they are for a long time and don't have that save up yet. We broke. And I say we. So stop going like it's not a lot of money. If somebody owe me $5, me want it. So you can imagine 30 million. Anyhow, $30 million she take from the man. She finesse it from the man. How she finessed the $30 million from Mavado? There was a person who was overseas. The person was in some binds overseas. The person just had not been back to Jamaica in a long time because the person does not come to Jamaica that often, but they own nice properties there. Zin? All right. This lady scout out the property, notice the person or two come out, draw paperwork now for sale of the property. All right. Mavado was, oh, well, that's a good price. And I'm going to buy it. Investing in real estate, diversifying his portfolio, these kind of things. I want to see him one talk about the man, them and say, when them career done, them not have nothing, because them floss out the whole of them money. So he was trying to do good. Him said, make him buy some real estate. Messi Masada was there waiting on him. Messi Masada said, I will sell you this piece of property. It's mine. I've been given the go ahead by the person who owned it to sell it. Lo and behold, after all the paperwork got through, everything is clear. Mavado feel like saying own the land and the house and everything. The real owner for the thing show up. The real owner for the thing is like, people are telling him, say, yo, you know, they just sold this house to Mavado. And he's like, which Mavado? This is my house. This is my piece of land. Me never give nobody permission to sell nothing over here. And they're like, nah, it got sold. It got sold. It got sold where? By who? The lawyer, Masado. She was the go-between for the entertainer, Mavado, who's located overseas, and they did the transaction legally through that. And the guy flipped. And that's how she got that case, because he went and reported her to the law. Now, the law started dealing with her, and in that shady dealings, she was disbarred. After she was disbarred now, they also decided that, okay, $30 million you took from Mavado, he needs to get his $30 million back. Here what she do. That story I got deeper, I know. We don't reach half of this yet, you know. Follow this because it lead into some other shady, just to show you how they operate. So here what she did. She said, all right, I'll give him back some of the money right now because I don't have all of it right now. So she gave him back, I believe, don't quote me, but it's there written. 6 or 7 million was given back to Mavado. It's either 6 or 7. Nothing higher, nothing lower. It's either 6 or 7 million was given back to Mavado. Of that $6 or $7 million from 30 million, you can do maths better than me. She still owe him $2 million, right? The man said he wants him money back. All right. Mavado now has released a statement, which I will read through. But here's the thing. A court case came up because Masado is not paying the money like she's supposed to. So Mavado says, frig that. I'm taking this to court. You giving me my money. Court case come up. Hear this. Mavado is located in the U.S., right? Mavado's attorney says, my client wants to, the law in Jamaica says he has to be present for the case to continue. All right. His attorney in the U.S. says, listen, I don't know if a U.S. or foreign or Jamaican attorney, but his attorney says, look, my client can be there, and within the law, it says he can be there electronically, like him can do a FaceTime. See? They come back and they said, yes, that's true. He can do a FaceTime and be present, and the case can go along, but only if he has no warrants against him. I'm following this. So I said, Mavado don't have no warrant. The only thing them ever said to him is, come in, make we talk to you, because we want to talk to you about something. You're a person of interest. There's a difference. That's not a warrant. Come here, make me talk to you. You're a person of interest. Rich people say, I have to chat to you. Go chat to my lawyer them, which is what he did, right? So him flee the country. We'll talk about all that, why him flee the country and all this. All right, he left the country. He said, talk to my attorneys. I want to talk to y'all. Good choice. Good choice, because in what I Kartel there right now, had he stayed to talk to them. I'm just telling you, all right, no warrant was mentioned, and that was like almost 4 years ago now. No warrant was mentioned. Here we go today. In order to get the money back from Mavado, this is how the system conspires. In order to get the money back from Mavado must appear in court. Lo and behold, a warrant appears. They found a warrant. Hey, guy, we know why you're on no FaceTime. We know why you're on no electronics. You need to be here. So the only way you can get your money back is if you fly into the country and come sit in this courtroom. But hear what? Fly into the country and sit into the courtroom? Why did he leave in the first place? All right. So there was Mavado over there chilling on the ends, on the gully. Yeah. Me not gone nowhere. So I'm still there. They up on the gully side. So he was there. He was on the gully side chilling. Rumors has it that some people and entertainer was fighting to be done off the gully side. Some people say Mavado want to be done around here. I try use him star status and him money around here. Who was around there them time there? Him youth, him son, him teenage son, who everybody said, yo, your dad done set the trend, my youth. You should have the uptown, you should have the upwash party mansion there. You should be in some college program. You should be opening some business. You should be trying to flip your daddy money. You should be away from the ghetto life and the street life and bad man something and try to make better yourself. Your father pave a way for you. Enough of we not have daddy, much less have rich daddy. See? All right. But a badness, the one the little youth did want. That's what was out in the street, what was said out in the streets. Me never say me know that. All right. Walk with me. All right. There was Mavado over upon the gully side. An altercation broke out. According to what was printed and what was said, them say a man, this Mavado light him up. A hard ears as. But here what? When him light the youth, the hard ears as, some people might care who you are, and some people might not care who you are. So them say when him light him up, hard ears as, the youth rock and take him hard ears as and pop off and light up the place. Mavado had to duck, dive, cheetah flip, run, take away himself. That's what we say in infantry anyways. When the shit hits the fan, you better duck, dive, cheetah flip, roll. So me just put that in my story. Mavado had to leave the place, else he would have get killed. I'll be a gunshot follow him that day they come out of the place. All right. Who disrespect the boss? The name of the youth was all over social media and all over main news in Jamaica because the youth was killed shortly after. Within no time, him dead. The father of that youth went to court, testified. He testified in great details. I covered all those. He said, him look pan Dante, which is Mavado's son, and him say, don't do it. Him say, me know you know youth. Me know from the little. Him said that never stopped them. The part where he testified how Dante handed the dude, the other guy in there with the knife, and him did that try take off his son head in front of him. This is after them shoot him and kill him. Them a try remove him head because the youth said, Dante said to the youth, remember the boss said him want him head. What is the coincidence of a dude shooting at you, trying to kill you, you run and get where? Mavado went to the police station, made a report, and flew out of Jamaica. Like 1, 2, 3. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and flew out of Jamaica, and then the place catch a fire. Like right away. See? I'm telling you how the thing did happen. All right. The father's testimony in court, because I wasn't there, and the man testified so. The father's testimony in court was that he knows exactly who did it. Them send a girl come at the door, the girl knocked the door, or him son go there and see as somebody who him know, you know. So him bust the door open a little bit, and when him bust the door open a little bit, Mavado's son and his cronies push the door all the rest of the way in. Them brace the door and I try push her back now if it close the door, and them end up breaching the door and coming into the house. After them kill him, them burn down the house. All right. Mavado's son was said to be in court. Remember, I know, me not dead, I know. Me I go off of what was reported because I covered these before. Mavado's son was said to be the leader of this. Can you disrespect my daddy, right? And my father run the place. You see it? And me, I am right hand. It's kind of thing with that kind of thing. So, yeah, them end up trying to remove his head according to the father testimony. They were sawing it, but the youth said the knife too dull, so he couldn't take off the head. Right in front of my father, you know. The father said the last thing he said to them was, even if you not have to kill me, I make sure so me get justice for my son. So he went to court and testified, telling them that even if them kill him, doing business, he might get justice for his son because of the way they did his son. See? All right. Mavado's son did this at 16. 16 he was, right? So, of course, you know, it was shocking. A lot of people were like, blood fire, 16-year-old can do something like that? No, man. Somebody else did it with him, would do it, and him do it. And, okay, all the details came out in court. He was given the orders, and they were doing it. You know, Jamaica full of yes man already. It's easy to paint that picture in court. This is Mavado's son. You see the man, big mansion up on the hill up there. So how much Jamaican you know we have that, right? And big pool overlooking the whole city and these things. So one time Mavado's son pass through the place, him have a bag of yes man back at him, you know, because them want to roll with the Don son and these kind of things. The Don said him want him head, or the boss said him want him head. Who were they referring to? Who were they referring to? So the picture that they're trying to paint is that Mavado left them to handle it and fly out of the place, trying to create alibi. I wasn't there. Him shoot after me. I go report it at police station and I fly out because my life was in danger. That's the alibi, right? Where were you when it happened? I was in the United States of America. Check the date. Yeah, no, we don't know. Because them said the boss said want him head. Who was the boss was saying want him head? And we have a strong feeling that they're referring to you. Plus, we don't know what else was said in questioning, because the youth would do it with Mavado's son. Him tell everything too. Him never going to be no stand-up guy and say, oh, yo, we don't know what I talk about, you know. Him go talk too. See, the one that got sentenced with Mavado's son, him go talk too. So now, based on whatever he said that has not been released to us, the public yet, they said, yo, we need Mavado. We need him in here to talk to him. Big things happen after that. Then pick up Mavado whole family. Then pick up him cousin. I'm cousin, Chase Cross, and a bunch of other people. And pick up everybody. Them end up Lego everybody, but hold on upon him son. Everybody was like watching it and saying, yep, that's the bait. Them I go hold on upon him son. And if him don't come in, they're going to sink his son. Go look at my old videos. I said it. I said they're holding on to his son because them know. Like, that's, if you want to get to me, right? Any good caring parent, if you want to get to the parent, go after their child, right? It's the art to war. It's the art of war. If I want to break your spirit, I hit up your children. When you start losing your children, you're going to fold differently, right? So them grab him son. When them grab him son, me do the video. I said, them want Mavado. Them want Mavado because them want put Mavado in the same place to shot Kartel there. What a big thing it would be. Because, you know, at the time, dancehall did not go on. I separate dancehall from reality. See? So when my artists, them go against each other and them say certain things that are disrespectful, I take it as in just like how I watch rap battles. And they say the most disrespectful things, but then they dap each other up at the end of it. Remember Mavado laugh after Kartel, him and Alkaline, they had a whole lot to say about Kartel being a number 2 cell and how him so comfortable, man round there wash him drawers and all they make fun of him, right? And then Kartel, they put out a message where say, well, can't tell you this, round here no easy, and if you no land back round here, so you probably wouldn't even survive neither, so. You know? So me I say, and then when he got sick, Kartel get sick in a prison, you know, and him have an issue with him thyroid and things, so it make him eye them like Wendy Williams, so him eye them did a bulge out and all these things, and again, Alkaline and Mavado them make fun of that. Look for the man star how him look and all kind of something, but you know, it was I was like, is this lyrical and dancehall confrontation, or this gone on to just some real hate go on behind the scene? I mean, Kartel said some disrespectful things in his songs to them, and so did they. You know, Mavado, one particular lyrics I remember was, what say? While you there horizon, me have your wife for me, they can make some nice scream and take over your place and buy your kids them ice cream and them kind of sitting there. You know what, them thing that they go on and send Shorty come poison you and all these things. Shorty was the woman, is the woman, the mother of Kartel children, his wife, common law wife kind of thing. And it got pretty hairy and twisted in there. So me confused as to where this thing was. Are they really enemies, or is this for dancehall? Anyhow, me as somebody who does commentary, me not put myself emotionally in a them business if I feed them war or go on where a real war, unless it's lyrical thing. Boom. Years later, Mavado still has not returned to Jamaica. Mavado's mom passed away. He didn't come for her funeral. That's a big sign. Because Mavado, they always close with their mother. So that's a big sign. His mom passed away and he didn't come to Jamaica. Me do a next video. Me say somebody is saying to Mavado, hey boy, we're going to show you who run this. You see a big house, you're going to see it and can't come near it. I actually saw that written somewhere. I don't want to be misquoted, so I don't remember where, but I actually see it written somewhere. You're going to see a big house and can't come near it. We're going to show you who run this. It's been years. Mavado has not stepped foot in Jamaica. Mavado and Alkaline are good friends. See? So when you say Alkaline come and do a big show in a Jamaica lockdown stadium and these things, you would expect Mavado to be on it. He hasn't shown. New rules. He hasn't shown. He hasn't shown up in Jamaica for no part of his son's trial. He hasn't shown. Now, your son is a teenager. When him do it him at 16, you know, them wait 2 years. Then wait till him at 18 and try him as an adult, right? And then give him adult time, life in adult prison at 18 years old, right? All right. No part of that did Mavado show up at all. Never show up to support him son, never show up to say, Daddy love you, go through the thing, me there, yeah, get you some good attorneys and I'm here for moral support. You know, when you go to court, if you face them charges there, you want to see who love you there, right? That kind of stuff. The youth never get none of that. Because father wouldn't come back to Jamaica. So that's when we outside now started saying, but wait, if I did my son, and it led us to a whole other line of discussion because you have a lot of people on one side saying, well, Mavado can't help him son from Jamaica because lawyer expensive and he has to tour and he has to do shows to keep the money coming in. You know, people make up all kinds of reasons why. Other people were saying, boy, it's sad still, but, you know, let you touch part him there, man, and try appeal and work it out some other way with a high power attorney and all these things. But it don't make no sense. Both of them, they're in a prison because we know that if Mavado show up, they're going to grab him. All right. Remember, you know, all this time there was no mention of a warrant out for Mavado because the whole time I was saying, and I said it on video, I said, this is a murder. It was a gruesome murder. So why is the authorities in Jamaica not working with the authorities in the US to have Mavado extradited back to Jamaica to face charges based on? All they had to do was formulate the paperwork and submit it and be in talks with, I mean, them come to Jamaica, come grab people all the time, don't it? And the Jamaican government facilitates it. And you see man out at airport in a them silver bangle and silver anklet connected. Me no want wear none of them jewelry there. So when my bangle them connect to my anklets with one long chain and me a shuffle, so I go on people playing. I don't want that. But we see it a lot. So if there was an issue with Mavado that was that serious, why did they not issue that warrant earlier? I kept saying that for 4 years now. No warrant not there for Mavado, so I'm good. Them just want to talk to him. He's good. I remember an article being printed, don't remember which paper, but it's one of the prominent papers that said the JFC says everything is all good with Mavado. The case has been put to rest. His son was the one who did what he was tried for. He got found guilty and him get sentenced to him time. You know, I've nothing to do with Mavado. Them now look for Mavado. So I'm going to say, okay, it's done. Now Mavado comes and owes this man money. And Peter Townsend, her attorney, suddenly comes up with, wait, there's a warrant out for him. He's running from justice. He has to be here. So now we're like, which warrant? In Mavado's own words, and this thing I was in fine writing. So, Sita, this is directly from how Mavado then printed it, right? It says, let's talk about this so-called warrant we have heard about all of a sudden after 4 years. It seems as if some officers assigned to the Constant Spring Police Station, Jennifer Mavado, and her people are conspiring against me. The same people that locked up my son years ago are also the same people that suddenly came up with this warrant 4 years later. In particular, one female officer who told me that Jennifer Mavado is our friend. Now, my people, years ago when I left Jamaica, I left things in my lawyer's hands. My lawyers, both overseas and in Jamaica, were in regular communication with the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and there was never any mention of any outstanding warrants. Nothing like that was said to my lawyers over the 4-year period. It's been 4 years. I wasn't wanted for anything or any reason in Jamaica. In my son's case, the witness, which is the father, the witness went to court after he already changed his story 3 times in 3 different statements. He also told the court that he didn't mention anything about me and that his statements were altered. So how can a judge still find my son guilty? With 3 altered statements and a new statement given on the stand, people are concluding that this looks like blatant corruption, but we are confident the justice system will find exactly that in the appeal. It's funny that the same justice system where we fight and say dirty, corrupt, when you write a letter, you have to say we are confident in this justice system. It don't make no sense to me. You see me? Here is Miss Mavado, Missy Mavado walking out a road. See her? All right. She look one step away from starting to beg people change. Fast forward 4 years later to the unconnected Jennifer Mavado criminal trial. The case where she stole over $30 million from me. At the court date prior to the most recent one, her attorney, Christopher Townsend, all of a sudden came to court and mentioned that I am a wanted man in Jamaica. You catch it, Pri? Her attorney, Christopher Townsend, came to court and mentioned that I am a wanted man in Jamaica, and that the reason I'm not showing up to court is because I'm running away from prosecution. Yeah. He said this is in an effort to prevent me. He said this in an effort to prevent me from giving my statement via satellite for my $30 million that his client stole from me, because by law, if I am wanted, I would not be able to do so. But the DPP office, nor the JCF, Jamaica Constabulary Force, had any idea of any warrant against me. Keep in mind, I am a high-profile figure whose name they have had no problems calling out over the years in connection with any altercations or allegations. My lawyers, the DPP office, no media, nobody knew of this so-called warrant existence. The only person who knew apparently was Christopher Townsend and Jennifer Mavado. How is that possible? My lawyers also checked and there were no warrants found. Furthermore, Townsend is well aware that his client stole my money and said to me personally that he would give it back, and I have proof. He was CC'd or recorded on email to return my money, and he's also been telling my lawyer to this day that he will facilitate returning my money because he didn't want me to take this to trial. But now he's in court trying to get a judge to stop me from testifying, and somehow is the only person who was aware of a warrant that has supposedly been in existence for 4 years that nobody knew about but him. Notice that the JCF haven't even publicly answered journalist questions as to what the warrant is for. Are the JCF embarrassed to do so because they know that it's manufactured? A lot of questions need to be answered, people. This goes on. Pay attention now. So, on the morning of the most recent court date, the DPP second in command got my business phone number and called me around 9 a.m. and asked me if I had any idea about a warrant because it's time for trial and a warrant miraculously appeared. So there is a warrant. A warrant miraculously appeared. Right before court, DPP get theme number, call him and ask him, are you aware of this warrant? And he's like, what warrant? And they're like, well, there's a warrant here. So the warrant appeared. This warrant is from the Constant Spring Police Station, which has a well-documented history of corruption. Now, my people, keep in mind, Christopher Townsend, Jennifer Masado's lawyer, was the first person to mention this so-called warrant. Not my lawyers, not even the DPP, that is the Department of Public Prosecution Office. None of them knew of this. It was the first person to mention to the judge. He was the first person to mention to the judge that I am wanted. So the judge ordered an investigation. The police went to all 3 agencies that historically have wanted to implicate Mavado for any reason they can find. None of these agencies knew anything about this so-called warrant. Eventually, the Constant Spring Police Station said that a police officer has a warrant for me, but surprise, surprise, it couldn't be found in the books. They then took over 6 weeks to locate a physical copy of this so-called warrant that miraculously appeared on this recent court date, where the judge was supposed to give me the go-ahead to testify via satellite so I can get back my money from Masado. So the warrant appeared. The warrant appeared so the man can't testify via no satellite. Him have it there in person. I am calling on the DPP office to do their job and to thoroughly investigate just when this warrant was written so that they are not seen to be enabling this corruption. Good luck. Presently, the DPP office is telling my lawyers that I need to come in and deal with the warrant to be able to testify. This is the yes, Paula office. Anytime you hear DPP, just think Paula Llewellyn, right? She's been in that position since 2008. We're in 2022. Department of Public Prosecution leader Paula Llewellyn. Presently, the DPP is telling Mavado lawyers that Mavado needs to come in and deal with the warrant in order to be able to testify in the case that has to do with Masado and his money, him $30 million. So now I'm wondering, how many more manufactured outstanding warrants are out there? Can I know before I get there? Or do I have to wait until I get there to find out? It seems as if the justice system needs to weed out its own criminals, but we keep the faith in the justice system to do the right thing, in mine and in everybody's case. I would like to ask the DPP office, why hasn't Townsend been investigated for his part in all of this? And why hasn't Jennifer Mavado been charged for money laundering and scamming? She's a chopper. She's chopping. Speaking of chopper, pay attention to this video. This fully sane woman is in the middle of halfway tree posing as a mad woman because that's their next defense in court on the trial date that is coming up very soon. I would like to remind the judge that this woman was of sound mind when she stole my $30 million, and she is of sound mind today. And that's her. In the middle of half a tree square, 1 foot of shoes, per her foot, and these kind of things. All right? We'll have to follow, you know. All right. He also posted a clip of Jennifer Mavado or rough up somebody to keep for them land to. That's Mavado on the gate.
She's pushing through the fucking gate at me. Okay? Yeah, I know she's a criminal. Yes. What do I do? Garland, the police haven't fucking come here. The bailiff was on the phone with Garland. He's telling them there's court today at 10. This guy's saying, but I have an order. He said that's been set aside. There's legal documents. And this woman is saying, no, it's not. And fucking woman. Set aside. There's a warrant of possession. I fucking people.
Well, somebody said Paula and when I say I know glasses, me need to read though, because them glasses I just want to block them light here. But anyway, Paula and y'all can see the big old box lights in here, right? Paula and Mavado are buddies. Somebody says Paula and Townsend are good buddies. So are good friends. Because you know in a Jamaica, buddy means something different to it. So I'm going to go foreign with it this morning. Them say Paula Llewellyn and Christopher Townsend are good friends. And, you know, funny enough, I said this in a video gone by. I don't know. I keep saying this. I see these things coming and I say it in videos. And then if you check back like a year later, you'll be like, yo, SouFLoTV, you matched this up already, man. Based on what I was seeing, I said back then, I said, Messi Mavado is a part of the system. She was a part of the system, a practicing attorney with links for quite some time. So even though she was disbarred, it doesn't mean that her links no longer exist. You understand? So you see what I say, BM? Doesn't mean her links no longer exist. So this is going to be interesting when this goes to court for Mavado to get his money back. And look on that. Right? That's all. This look like them don't want to pay back the money. Because, listen, it's two ways. Split this right down the middle and look on this like this, right? If you're going to deal with law and order, deal with law and order. You got fired on by somebody who people allegedly said that you put your hands on first. Man come back and shoot up the place, defend himself. Rah, rah, rah. Next thing you know, within the next 24 hours, the man dead, house burned down, all that. Your son comes up implicated along with his cronies who carried out the shooting while you flew out of the island. This is a 1, 2, 3 connection. So come here. We want to ask you some things based on after questioning him and his cronies, what was said from them to us, right? Including the statement, remember the boss saying want him head. Because them they don't kill him already and other left, you know. This is the testimony of the father in court. The one whom Mavado says made 3 statements and changed the statement each time and gave a new statement in court on the stand. Anyway, the father said in a court, said them did kill him son already, left him already. Him heart a drop him the day, watch him son get murdered. And then, when Dante said, remember the boss said want him head, you know, and give him the knife. And him start cast off him son head. He must have the knife too dull, it can't do it. So we want to know, did you sanction this? And based on anything else that they told us, blah, 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 how the questioning would have went. But we can't catch you for question you. Why didn't they then issue a warrant then, put it on public? Because, let's be real. They put everything. When they wanted Tommy Lee the other day, instead of call Tommy Lee attorney, instead of call Tommy Lee directly, instead of call Tommy Lee manager, all these are easy ways to access the artist. They put it on front page of the Gleaner, the Star, Loop News, the whole of them. Tommy Lee is a wanted man. Needs to turn himself in by 3 p.m. tomorrow afternoon or else. All right. Why didn't they do that with Mavado? Put it on front page. Nobody would miss it. And nobody would have been able to sit here today and say, 4 years later, y'all never issued a warrant for him. Why was the warrant not made public? You know what I'm saying? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Morning, Bridget.
Jesus Christ, Bridget.
What go on?
This system of Jamaica messed up, Bridget. Messed up, Bridget. I've been watching you for over 7 years now, Bridget.
Same.
And me hear you speak about the Movado case, the Vybz Kartel case, the Tommy Lee case, the producer who just died of prison.
The Ninja Man case, the what?
You say if somebody were rich, they may get back their money long time. Because, okay, Mavado is a poor getter youth. You get rich, but live side of them not really like them thing there. You see people in Jamaica and high places, they don't really like entertainer. Because guess what? Entertainer just bust for 2 years, richer than them. A big house can buy a big house side of them, so them not really like that.
Yeah. Here one. Actually Bounty Killer make a song about that. See? And the song start off by what I think they actually even did a video. And the politician did a like look through him fence and sting the fence high, like 20 feet high, and I look through the brushes and stuff, and he was like, I'm not having it, man. I'm not having it, man. This one boy go sing a song about yo yellow, and next thing I know, he's building a mansion next to mine. I'm not having it, man. So it's Bounty start out the song where Bounty say, you must think some man a Sean Paul boy will come from something with, and him this is sitting about Sean Paul in that song. Anyway, it's common knowledge that they don't like that. Let them not like it because the youth them come up a different way. See, the system was designed in Jamaica for you to follow suit, go to school, and then spend all of your parents' money to get a degree. And then hopefully they can place you in an employment position. What happened is times change. So the youth them can now do music, and their music can shut out of the island without them having to go to the doorkeepers, gatekeepers, so on and so forth. So these youth are accessing millions and millions of dollars and able to attain the same things who them and their cronies went to school for how many years, get them big degree, they're in their fraternities and sororities, and the youth them a bounce upon them, come right into them neighborhood, come build them big mansion, bigger than for them. And there's an issue with that. There's a problem with that. And I've said that before. Not that applies really only to this case, but that's a common known thing. They might break class barriers. Yes, Veronica Gale, they're breaking class barriers because you're supposed to be from this class, that class. And that's the problem. When people say, oh, it's a money thing. Well, Kartel have a whole lot of money. He has a whole lot of money, but it's not a money thing, it's a class thing. So y'all get to youth, no matter how much money you have, you still represent them people there, and you stay in cahoots with them people, their closeness with them. So you are ghetto youth, and you're just a ghetto youth with a whole heap of money. You don't have no inside connections to this thing. Inside connections run the thing, my friend. Inside connections. So not really money.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Classism in Jamaica is big, Reggie.
Yes.
It's big.
Yeah.
And the young man, them who doing music, or the young people, them who coming up in Jamaica, they need to be more wise, Reggie. They need to be wise. I say, these people don't really like us. You understand?
Don't give them no reason to hem you up.
Reason.
Yeah,
All
but
right,
no reason
because
for
they will
him,
do anything. You see what them do to Vybz Kartel?
yeah. In a Mavado case though, be honest with me. You feel like say him son should have been around at them parts there? I mean, I think his mom is still around there, and you know, you feel like
His mom live in Florida. His mom live in Florida. Dante mom live in Florida.
Dante mom lives in Florida, so she wasn't round the corner. She never there gully side, which part Dante did that.
No, even when the thing I'm in Jamaica, she were in Florida.
Okay, so what Dante had around at them parts there is what a lot of people were asking. Why was he on them ends there?
And that understandable. Yeah, people are gonna talk these things, but listen, sometimes you can't even. Sometimes as a youth growing up in Jamaica, you know, and your father you still want to be in the garrison. No matter how Mavado probably try a lot with his daughter and his son, and them just want, because remember at the end of the day, you know, my mama tell me all the day, say, yo, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do this.
Still gonna do it.
It's just you can't do it, man. Everybody have to experience, get for them own experience. That's what we know about kids. You understand?
Yeah.
Everybody have to feel a different way. But I think when it comes on to Movado and him kids them, I don't think them need to go to the same school as where Vybz Kartel go. It's not. I think you may read, but you know, you have youth in a garrison, your father a big rich man, you want to become down and all of them things there. Who knows? I don't know if that is the case, but it kind of rough, thing. It kind of rough. But one thing I don't like those soft things. See? Hear me not lie. When people are going to say, Movado teasing Vybz Kartel, listen, if Movado was in that situation or Alkaline was in that situation, Kartel would have used the same thing when Movado them are used. I don't think they hate this person. I was listening to
Let's stop you right there, so hold on. Let me stop you right there, so you said if they were in that position. Here's the thing though, they're not. So you can't speak on what you think a man would do when in a situation that is hypothetical. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. And that's how we set up.
When people do everything, they're gonna try everything.
Yeah.
You understand?
True.
But
true.
when this situation, I just don't like when people say, yo, Movado, you just trouble Vybz Kartel. Come on, people, this is music. You understand?
Kartel,
I was listening to the producer.
Kartel and Mavado war already. I hear Kartel call the man freaky and say him watching people and I watch him anti a PP and all these things. Not true?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, in that sense is what I was saying. All is fair in love and war too. But were they serious or is it just was a that's why I mean, they kind of back out that card. They start look like this is a personal thing that was above me and didn't require my presence trying to review it anymore. This gone way deep. Cause one thing, me no want nobody gunshot fly off of me because in the next man argument, you know, cause if I told them if a dancehall and we are say what we are saying, you watch battle rap, right? You hear the grotesque and derogatory things them saying battle rap, right? But me still pick a side and me still roll with it. But when it turned to street beef from what's said, is it do you think them two are really beefing? Come me never hear. Have you ever heard Mavado come out and say free Kartel yet?
Of course.
He has
another time.
Okay.
He do it SouFLo. You know what I'm saying? I just the fans them.
You ever hear Kartel say pick up Mavado, my brethren yet?
SouFLo.
Yeah.
You see the fans. I was listening to Genius interview the other day.
Tell us
and him say Kartel and Mavado.
And him say what?
You hear me?
Yeah, me I hear you loud and clear.
I was listening to Genius, the producer, who vice Mavado and Kartel.
Yeah.
And the person asked him if them ever book up at studio. The man say one heap of time, they don't really have nothing. It's just musical. Them now fight with each other. I just the people them on the street take it to that. The gully and the guard. I just the people them, you understand?
Yeah.
Just like PMP and Labor, right? The whole of them sit down in the whole of them sit down and eat cake and party together. But the people them divide the people them. You understand? That's how the politics go.
All right.
You understand?
Yeah.
And the people them for notice say, yo, listen, this is music, don't take it in the street. But I hate when people say, listen, Mavado Alkaline, Trouble Vybz Kartel. Listen, who knows? Nobody don't know. You understand? Look at Gage the other day. And Sean Star. Gage this thing wicked and Vybz Kartel and all of them things. Love and fear in the war. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But this, may I tell you something?
We on the outside looking in. When it get to the point, it does get to a point sometimes where it's like, Wara go on then. Like, are they really going that deep? Because here's the thing. It's just like what I said before. You see them artists that were singing about gun song and bust out people's face and all these things. I've actually encountered youths from Jamaica who believe with all of their being that artist that is a killer and a gunman and a lot of them favorite artists. So them aspire to wear name brand clothes, sling gun, bust out boy face, DJ about it, drive nice car, convertible Beamer drop top, and convertible Range Rover drop top, have whole heap of gal. They're aspiring to be like this artist. So here's the thing. Them artists here need to start come out and tell the people them straight up. Say, listen, me and the youth don't have nothing in a real life. We par. Anyway, me see me bounce fist and we buy a drink and we talk. When it comes to the lyrics though and the clash, them need to say that though. Them need to say that.
SouFLoTV. Mavado Kartel, me hear them on several interviews. Mavado Kartel say, listen, we and the part is we don't have no grief with each.
That's for a long time, brother. That's for a long time when the government did call them up. Me never hear them. Me never hear none of them say it yet. I no want sound, you know what I mean?
2013. Go and check back 2013.
2013.
Just check back 2013 interview with Mavado up at him house. And check the interview when we had on the stage.
When?
In a DJ studio. So, as I said,
and not only that too, sorry, not to cut you off, but not only that too. I should say this. It was also difficult for a lot of artists to even mention for say Free Vybz Kartel. Because it's like, as you say, Free Vybz Kartel, them lock on pan you too. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, look on Gaza Slim. She stays so far from Vybz Kartel. Who do you think that? Not the system?
Yeah, because Gaza Slim can actually, her case can be restarted at any given time and fully prosecuted. If she doesn't stay away, me do a video where me give the details of Gaza Slim's deal that she was given by the DPP, how them let she go. Her case can be restarted at any given time.
They do that to keep her quiet, so far.
Yes, of course. She not have nothing to say about it.
All right. Next thing I say, music really influence people. I want the artists them must stop say that. But music when in there, it really influence people. I'm gonna tell you why. In my case, SouFLoTV, when people ask me who inspire me, who I look up to, you see, Mavado, as a youth from the ghetto, I inspire Mavado.
You're inspired by Mavado.
All right? You know why I'm inspired by Mavado? You see, the house them and the investment them we have, and them thing them sing about.
Nothing to something.
SouFLoTV, 3 house me have a Jamaica.
Same.
3 house me have in a gated community.
So his nothing to something inspired you.
From nothing to something.
Right.
So who could tell say the gun song inspire people to kill people?
Yeah, man. Yeah, but you do have that in your head already. Anybody who got kill people, you see, this is my belief. Anybody who got kill people, them do want to kill somebody already. When them hear gun song that resonates with their thought process, they feel empowered. After them do it, they feel justified because somebody is making their favorite artist is co-signing what it is that they're doing. But if your mind clean and clear and murdering people in your meditation because you're a godly person and you are say life is precious, you not gonna just hear a walk down the road one day and you hear a song say, take out a gun and murder a boy. And then you go, you need a gun. You want to murder a boy now. And so you go, that murder in your mind already. But it does influence them to feel like it's justified in what they're thinking and what they have done. You see what I say? Yeah, it's a difference. So, I'm not going to blame the music and say the music make people want to kill. The music does, though, make them feel empowered. Or make them feel justified.
But when me hear Mavado sing about oath and everything, they say, yo,
house on the hill and invest your money properly. Man,
even when people tell me, even my partner tell me, say, yo.
Here we are going to do. Not to cut you off or nothing, but no one, hear me? You hear me? Not to cut you off or anything, but I want you to wrap it up because some other people are calling and I miss a whole heap of calls.
Okay, all right. I'm going to make it quick. My people tell me, say, yo, my family, them tell me, say, taxi and coaster. I say, no, house. So when me and Movado sing about a lot of house and everything there, it's inspired me for one more.
Okay.
But, yo, big up yourself, man, and big up to the viewers.
Man, that's our respect, brother. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so whoever that was calling just now, I cut you off accidentally. Please call back. You've been calling for a while, along with others. The brother that always talk sense when them call still. You know, so I just reason with people when them call, and I appreciate the calling. Yeah. As far as the music goes, though, being the influence driven, I'm not gonna blame it on the music. Youth, you know, them get real disrespectful sometimes when you say stuff. I don't know if you see the video. We actually have the real video of when the girl got stabbed. Is a high school student from Kingston Tech, right? The girl was stab her, stab her good enough, like multiple stab in her neck, multiple stab in her head, right? I said, look at this. Our children are killing each other. Our adults are killing each other. Check it. Our youths are being fed a steady diet of violence. Here's somebody fly down my neck now about you and your BBC or your bomber clock idiot talk SouFLo. Here you go again. Everyone will go music on the blame. Me saying that our children are being fed a steady diet of violence. Why did you jump to music? Look around us. Majority of Jamaicans have seen something violent happen, something that is traumatizing and not normal to consume. So they have to process this out. And majority of who have witnessed these things, them not get no help to process them something up. A lot of them have seen these things. Man see head and marrow fly and head bust out and dog and lick up blood from them lickling up. Now imagine being in a community where you've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these by the time you are 13, 14. You understand? And then around you, you always see man grab them girl and box them up. Hey, girl, going on the blood clot. Hey, girl, you know your man talk to you. That's violence. And then outside, you hear people talk about, yo, them boy that feel dead enough. Post the clot, eat that boy, them. All I want, they're fat shot in them blood clot face. That's violence. So they must see violence, they must hear violence. It's not just the music. So I'm not blame the music. I'm talking about the society on a whole. They're being fed a steady diet of violence, right through. So it's no wonder that when them go to school now, the least little altercation breakout, they violently deal with it. Because in their mind, this is how you solve problems. But you know what? If you're going to look again in videos we've done before, not only do we speak about mental health, but we also spoke about conflict resolution and teaching these youths conflict resolution, that everybody can agree or disagree, and everybody can disagree, and there can still be mutual respect. Yeah? If me not like you, no mean me have to kill you. Right? And that kind of stuff, but it doesn't work that way. Nowadays, new generation especially, you hear them talk it on social media, you read the comments, you know, some of them would do it in a real life. Half of them attack, but some of them would do it in a real life, right? Or the others will boost them up to do it in real life. And because they are so peer-driven and so likes-driven, they want likes and acceptance by a certain set of peers, then they do these things in real life. Stab up the girl. She don't remember how to talk again. I stab, she has stab now. So it's just live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hi, SouFLo. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing this morning?
I'm good, thank you. I just wanted to kind of put my 2 cents in.
Mm-hmm.
So just to touch on what you just said to the caller earlier. So it is kind of like what you had said about being on social media when people come on with their opinions and what they already have in their mind, but they're looking for validation in a sense with other people that are like-minded and thinking. So yes, some of these guys, they already have it in the notion in their head to go out there and do damage, and they look to the music
for that approval.
That perpetuates it for that approval, exactly. And then they walk on the street with their chest in the air to say, "Yeah, a dirt, and they just do what they're doing.
Right. Absolutely.
In regards to the Movado thing, my opinion, I feel like Jamaica police is a little lazy when it comes to extradition orders. I think they have the power to do it. They just kind of, I don't know, they have this lackadaisical way of them just leave it alone, because it's almost like in Mavado's case, in my opinion,
that would have been an easy
they
extradition.
wanted to question him. I don't think they have reason to issue a warrant at the time.
Right.
I still think they don't.
Here's the thing, though.
But I feel like they wanted to question
murder
him.
Has no limit. Murder has no limitation, though, you know. So murder, they could always issue a warrant.
True.
You see? But under the conditions in which this warrant appears is what is I'm questioning. Right.
Yes.
It's like if he stays away, it's all good. But the minute he starts asking about his money, hey, you have a warrant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like they wanted to question him. And I mean, we don't want to go there and say that's what it is because we don't know. But if you're looking at it, you know, put in our opinions as we are, Movado stayed away from Jamaica for a reason. Right. There were so many big shows that happened that Movado was always a part of. And he wasn't there.
But the biggest one is his mom's funeral, my friend. His mother's funeral.
It is, because I feel like everybody was waiting.
Yeah, his mother's funeral.
Is he gonna be there? Right. Everybody knows the Mavado and his mother is like 2 peas in a pod. Right. For mother for nothing.
Right. So you miss mommy funeral.
You can call it an event. Yeah, it happened, and he wasn't here. He wasn't there.
That was very telling.
It's almost like the JCF now is waiting for an opportunity for him to come to Jamaica so they can now question him. He didn't show up.
Right.
So they must say, you know what? I'm gonna leave it because him have to come to Jamaica sometime.
Right.
Lo and behold, now there's a case with this Messy Mavado lady. Sound like her real name too, Messy Mavado.
That's mess up herself.
Right. So now I feel like something was being talked about, and her lawyer kind of just let it out the bag. Because he must say, oh, so wait, then the warrant for him. Maybe he shouldn't have said it, right? But he can't take it back. No.
Because it's out there now.
Puts things in motion. It's out there, exactly. So he just kind of said it out loud to the public. Like it was something that was talked about with the elites. So it's now it's like, you know, I'm up to see it fierce. Maybe we'll go put something together quick. So now the question, when was this warrant issued?
That's the question.
You know, is there an original warrant that was just sitting there on a desk waiting for a signature?
That's the question.
Right? So, yeah. Big up yourself, SouFLo.
Manners and respect, family. I appreciate
you for taking my call.
Yes, thank you for calling in.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so let's see what I say. So, listen, my summation of this whole Mavado thing is this. They've been want to hold him on the same case that has to do with his son. They wanted, it would be a joy to lock away father and son. You think they don't want to catch one of Vybz Kartel, pick me and lock him with her? That's why I say big up to Shorty all the time, because the way how she raised them youth there and the way how them youth they conduct themselves, yo, UTJ, Gonna be able to sell here and steer far from certain things because it would be a joy for them. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, brethren. Bless up.
Morning, blessings, fam. What going?
Just against the show, you know.
Seeing. Talk to him.
What we need to find out is in Jamaica, who is responsible to issue a warrant? Is it the judge or the police?
I think it's done at a police level, and then approved by a judge. Well, I know that's yeah, a warrant had to be signed off by a judge here in the US. I don't know in Jamaica how it go. I don't know in Jamaica how it go. I know me notice them wake up lawyer judges at them house at midnight and judge, we need you to sign this warrant real quick because we have to go kick in the door. Yeah, we believe so and so suspect is in there. But I don't know if in Jamaica it goes that far or them just do it at station level. It
kind of puzzles me when you mention about the warrant, because you know JCF them publicize every little thing, see me? Especially when it comes to RTs.
Saying
how we not hear nothing for the past 4 years about no warrant.
That's what me I say. That is what me I say. And some people are gonna say, you SouFLo, you're a hypocrite because now you defend Mavado because blah blah. I'm not defending him. I'm asking the same question you asked my brother.
I come and say, Jamaica is a free for all thing. Jamaica is a free for all.
I'm asking the same question you asking. Where has this warrant been all this time?
And then
how it just suddenly appears so?
And them investigate and some of the police department say one police have
warrant. Like a judge never sign it.
Yeah, so no judge not
so one police just drop a warrant.
The chief or commissioner for that department don't know nothing about it. One police suddenly just have a warrant given.
Weird.
A kind of Dalios business that.
Weird. Yeah, weird. Absolutely weird.
So now my thing is, it's quite apparent to the public now that it's a setup. See? Now, my question is, who will be responsible to discipline these people when it's proven
that the warrant was
that it's fake?
But here what? It won't be proven that it's fake because from a Christopher Townsend, we keep saying Peter Townsend. I keep thinking Peter Champagne, Christopher Townsend. I mix the name. Don't work with me. But if Mr. Townsend has already put it out there that is a warrant and it exists, it not gonna be fake. All if it did fake, them are gonna make it real today. So we don't have to worry about who is gonna oversee nothing. That warrant is now real. The DPP is about to honor it and recognize it as a real warrant. He's a fugitive.
He said, yo, the corruption cannot get any deeper than this.
May I tell you, them do what them want when them want, my friend.
We know Townsend. Townsend is one of them high-profile lawyers, right?
Wait there. Who represent that boy there? Donnelly Donaldson, boyfriend, the police boy, Noel Maitland. Who is Noel Maitland's attorney?
I think I Townsend.
Go on talk. Let me look this up real quick. Go on talk. The audience are here.
Okay, so Townsend is one of them high-profile lawyers, right? You tell me say no other lawyer cannot go up against him based on his approach to this whole situation. Nobody can challenge him pan who him go by getting this information about this warrant. Nobody else. How him is a liar know there's a warrant before a judge?
Before anybody.
Before anybody.
Listen, you know, Mavado has multiple attorneys. He have attorneys in the US and he have lawyer in Jamaica. And none of them not hear nothing about no warrant. None of them has said to him like, hey, there's an active warrant out against you. If you don't show up, you become a wanted man. When the system issue a warrant for you, you see, you can no longer say, me no want to talk to them. Talk to my lawyer. No, it's a warrant. You have to show up. If you skip and don't show up for a warrant, you become wanted. You become a fugitive. See? So at this point, his attorneys would have been saying to him, And I suppose his attorneys would have been checking, or they would have been telling his attorneys, listen, we have a warrant for your client. You gotta talk him into coming in. But how come all of the client, the lawyer in Jamaica, the lawyer in the US, none of them not hear about no warrant over 4 years?
Yes, brother. Because that thing I get a lot of people confused back then, you know. You see, when they meet call from Movado and him fly out and say, "No, I'm going away," that not confuse a lot of people because they must say, "Yo, no Movado, have to go in." You understand?
Seeing.
But calling him or saying it is a person of interest, as you mentioned before, is different from issuing a warrant. Them can say he's a person of interest and can decide not to go because, I mean, really, he didn't have to because he not live there.
Seeing.
You understand? It's just like with Alkaline, when they call him Alkaline for questioning, he did have to go because he did in that country. Him go with him lawyer and him get clear and him fly out after, you see me?
You see who him grab though?
Exactly. You
see who Alkaline go with though?
You can't have a little regular lawyer that will deal with them things there.
Christopher Townsend, prominent attorney at law, Christopher Townsend, who is representing Constable Noel Maitland, is maintaining that his client is innocent, even as the police constable was on Tuesday slapped with a murder charge in relation to the disappearance of social media influencer Donnelly Donaldson. Same Christopher Townsend. Just saying. Yeah, my brother. So,
so okay, before we go, me mention something about why aren't they working with the US authorities to get Mavado? My youth, them not going to do that. If them storing us straight, them not going to because the US present certain information to the US.
All right, because the US don't just pick you up and send you something.
Mavado has not been to Jamaica in this. So how after 4 years, the man no got Jamaica?
Can they just buy a warrant, just pop up?
Yeah, that's why them not want to get the US authorities involved. Because they're being very vague with the information now.
But listen to me, and listen to me good. Them can do it, and it's not hard. They can say, hey, we've been investigating this, and based on information that we have, because one of the men said so and so to us, and certain other, them can string things together and feed it to the US and say, based on this, this, and this. All the US is looking for, right, is valid justification. Them not looking to solve the case for them and say, okay, guilty or innocent, we're not sending him or we're keeping him. He is by birth a Jamaica national. So anything him having at the US, be it citizenship or permanent residency, all that could be revoked. So when time the law in Jamaica come to them and say, hey, we need this guy, because an ongoing murder investigation, it has taken us 4 years, but we have landed upon this piece of information, which we strongly believe will have him convicted, along with his son. It's such valid information. His son has already gotten a life sentence. Send him to us, please. Them can do it. The question is, why have they not done it yet, and why are they still not doing it? But them can do it. Now put nothing past them people, I know.
You know, at this point, boy, I don't know if it's about Jamaica and that, but it has sink, you know.
Don't put nothing past them people, I know.
Yo, it has sink. Them question the Mavado asking at the last, is there any more charges?
What other warrants are out there that I need to know about? Can I find out about them before I come in? What? Yeah, because that's why I'm asking. Talk up now, my brother. That's why I'm asking.
Them bringing in for one thing.
Them bringing cartel for weed.
5 more.
Large amounts of marijuana was found in a hotel room where dancehall artist Vybz Kartel was weed. Then they bring him in for a crocus bag of weed. Yeah. And then next thing you hear, double murder. 2 murder charge. So, of course, Mavado asks the valid question. Okay, so since this warrant just appeared, so how many more warrants are out there? Now, please go look and come tell me. Or do I have to wait till I appear there to find out? Yeah. Rotted.
Him know him see what them up to, man. And we see it too. So, we have to just go and watch it closely and just follow up on this thing because, boy, Jamaica rotten, brother.
One question before you go.
Yeah.
Do you think that his son was involved in that murder, and the father of the boy that got killed lied and implicated Mavado's son in it? Or do you think that Mavado's son was actually involved in it? Do you think it was implicated, or do you think he actually did it? And if he did, do you think that Mavado is also involved in it, as in gave the order to do it?
Personally, based on what I say and the information on me hear from the news already, I feel like him involved.
You feel like him son involved or him involved?
You feel like him son.
Take it up on him head, maybe?
Take it up on him head, yeah.
Mm.
But when it comes to Mavado calling, making orders, me not think so.
Seeing.
Because I know if I youth have a daddy where I profile like that and him look up to him father, see? The father not necessarily, it's just like a yes man syndrome. See, like an artist have a whole heap of yes man around him, and a man violate the artist not necessarily go to tell the man if he go defend nothing, you know.
Yeah.
The man take it up on the make go defend the artist. You understand?
True that.
So I feel like it's a situation like that.
See.
A man rush Mavado and the son hear about it and him involved with certain people. Him find out how and go take it up on him head, and you understand? So me don't feel like I'm Mavado initiate nothing like that. You understand?
Yeah.
That's my personal opinion.
All right, my brother. Manners and respect. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
It gets sticky. It gets sticky upon him. Yo, I know. Let me close off this part. Let me take this phone call real quick. Hold on there. Hello? This is he. I'm doing all right. I am actually on a live video with over 1,000 people on it. Yes, or I'll call you back. All right, then. Thank you. All right. I have some VA stuff, some military stuff that I was asked to verify certain information, which I wouldn't do it here. It's 1,382 people here right now. So anyway, listen, let's sum up the Mavado thing and then move on to the Vybz Kartel thing. Same thing I go on in the Vybz Kartel thing. Okay, so my belief is that if Mavado sets foot in Jamaica, he's going to prison. Period. May I put it in a one sentence? Me now dry it out. If Mavado sets foot in Jamaica, he's going to prison. Period. They already know why them are come up with all this. Them well want link him in to the same case with his son. And it will be a joy and a pleasure to not only sink him but with him son. I think so. If they had strong evidence that really stuck out, they would have been said to the law enforcement officials of the US, hey man, we need an extradition for this guy. Me see a youth fly down the other day, extradited into Jamaica. He used to be a police officer, and him kill a man in Jamaica and run go away. And the Jamaica worked with US authorities and got his behind back into Jamaica. And I covered that video, so it's not like it can't be done. It can be done. When him reach Jamaica, them let him go. Him own police them let him go. I said, we never see when him pass through, you know. I wish I had gone. Oh, him in a red shirt. Rotted. Boy, I see back a red shirt on so down the road there. No lie. It actually happened. When he reach Jamaica, they let him go and he become a wanted man again, missing again. I think them catch him back the other day though. So yeah, but they can do it. And it did happen. Anyhow, and that go on, my opinion of boy, me no God, I wish them all the best. See? Because them the situation they're deep, but me know if you're facts, Mavado go to Jamaica, it's just my opinion strongly. He's going to prison. And he knows it too. You wouldn't, one thing me nah miss, as long as there's breath in my body, and most of you will attest to the same thing. If your mommy drop out, your good mother, because some man get some bad mother where you used to strangle and the little bit and tell them to pass out. I know them mother there. We have some good mother. If your good mother drop out, you're not missing her burial, her funeral, her send-off, your last respects, your goodbyes. You're not missing that. When he miss that, me say, yeah, him know what time it is. It's that serious that he had to miss his mummy's funeral. See? With that said, we can move on to the Vybz Kartel one now. We wish Mavado all the best. We see the system at work, and they do what they want to do. They do what they want to do. In a Vybz Kartel case now, everybody knows that Vybz Kartel was okay. Kartel, they are prison. They are prison for murder. Him case is at the Privy Council in the UK. The Privy Council is close to making a decision in that case. In the meantime, nothing new has came up. Let me let y'all know this. In order for the Privy Council to accept your case, you can't bring your case the same way how the case was decided at the Jamaica level, even at the Jamaica Supreme level. You can't bring the same case and say, okay, it done, Privy Council, look on it now and tell me which part them went wrong. That's not how it works. You have to have, go ask any Jamaican attorney, you have to have new evidence, new information pertaining to this case in order for the Privy Council to pick it up. So in Vybz Kartel's case, the new evidence, new information came about through that phone. When an independent forensic specialist flew into Jamaica, took the phone, well, they did it in the presence of. They wouldn't let go the phone out of them sight. So they had to do it in the presence of prosecution and defense. Forensic expert who had no bone to pick in the matter found that phone and all the information in it to be not only tampered with, their exact words, heavily tampered with. All right. Some of the stuff in there, according to metadata, the forensic expert says, unless he was a prophet and he had predicted this from a long time ago, that's the only way these text messages would match up to the event that he was tried and convicted for. You know, sometimes when you cut and splice, you can say something to them, right? Like if me up on here and me I say, I've done this to y'all before, walk with me. If I'm on here and me I say, some of them man here, I know, some of them man here love man. Them walk around and talk about, oh, I love men. I love good-looking men. Him love man. If somebody just take my stuff and cut out, I love good-looking men, and carry that gun with it, put it on one next video, and now you have a video. Yo, when you see the video, the boy SouFLo come out of the closet, my youth. See ya, him did that talk about, and see me here, I love men. I love good-looking. I love good-looking men. That's how the cut and splice went. But the metadata shows what was done in that phone. Now, here's the thing. That phone was the question of much turmoil over time, because it is also, remember me telling us, the Constitution in Jamaica allows for, if something is going to be used against me or you in court, your attorney, your defense has a right to that piece of evidence, so they can know what is coming to their client and they can mount a proper defense. It's just the law. And if they're not given that, it's a breach, a violation of your constitutional rights. That happened in Vybz Kartel case. It's not hearsay. I saw it go. So now, when you see headlines show up, right when Privy Council about to make a decision in Vybz Kartel's case, glean a splash out. Vybz Kartel's lawyer, Isat Buchanan, found guilty of professional misconduct. You're like, wait, hold on. Not now. Wait. Let's backtrack a little bit. They've tried every way to taint this, okay? Remember when Time Kartel first lock up on them, say he's behind their snitching. Him tell pan a whole heap of gangsters and them a go kill him. And that's why so much man a go get arrested and all these things. That never work. Fast forward over a decade later, him still did it. That never worked. When then they went the route of, oh, we have pictures of him having anal sex. It got deep enough. No pun intended. That never worked. Then they went with, them go with some of everything. Okay? It didn't work. None of it was working to soil his character. Oh, recently, the Klansman one done gang trial. The witness was say, the star witness that said, him see everything but him never involved in nothing, and him was a done but him not know nothing about no violence. Yeah. Okay, him. Me telling us say, I can't trust you. Ain't no way. If you were giving yourself away and say, yo, yeah man, me him didn't have as the done for over there. So my govern my constituency. So I say, so yeah, 1 and 2 man get that show over there. So but you can't charge me, Because me I give you everything else, Then me would have said, yeah, give me the story now. But when you're gonna tell me about, yes, I was a done, but I was a done that never bust a gun, never gave no orders, never saw nothing. But me see everything what everybody else do, but me never do nothing, is when I said, no. All right. How come one of them same people there, you have to go take a hole, How come one of them same people there said, Vybz Kartel ordered 2 murders from prison? Remember, I know. I recorded them on 3 phones. Remember when me do the video? Me say blood fire. If them phone ya play and Cartel voice show up on that ratty that talk about, yo, I want to take care of so for me, him now come out. All right. They've played all of them. No evidence backs such accusation. But people run gone with it already. But you must understand how this works, Most of our people don't wait for proof to the accusation. They just run with the accusation. So from Cartel ordered 2 murders from prison. Him tell me so over the phone. That man that said him tell me so over the phone. So it was supposed to be on the phone that you recorded all 3 phone load of stuff. Nothing on the phone of such thing. Another accusation. Similar to when the police commissioner said Vybz Kartel is the leader of a gang that's responsible for over 100 murders across the island. No proof given to that accusation, but police commissioner did say it back then, so it must be real. And people run with all that. Let's tarnish the man stuff all the way up to one time in appeal. The phone thing, them hold on to the phone and hold on to the phone and hold on to the phone for the longest. Isat Buchanan started to get frustrated because him see what they was doing. This is what a good attorney does. They go to bat for you as their client. They put their neck on the block for you as their client, right? They are aggressive on your behalf. Nobody know no lawyer we are going to go in a court and talk about, well, yeah, all right, so you're not giving me the phone? Okay, all right then. Well, since we couldn't do the phone thing, get it tested by an independent forensic entity that has no bone to pick in the matter. Since we couldn't do that because them a hold on on it, and him just got do the life sentence. That's not how it works. A good attorney is gonna go through everything to get it. So watch this. This is what I go on. The decision was handed down. Disciplinary Committee of the General Legal Counsel, or the GLC. Listen, GLC is General Legal Counsel. Today, found attorney at law Isat Buchanan guilty of professional misconduct. This decision was handed down at a virtual hearing. Attorney Andre Earl, who is representing the Director of Public Prosecution, Paula Llewellyn, who brought the case against Isat Buchanan, filed a complaint against Buchanan today. Filed a complaint against Buchanan, told the Gleaner that the panel ruled that the lawyer breached Canon 1B of the legal profession, Canons of Professional Ethics Rules. You don't have to hear what Canons of Professional Ethics Rules is. It is the section that stipulates that an attorney shall at all times maintain the honor and dignity of the profession and shall abstain from behavior which may tend to discredit the profession. Not an individual lawyer, the profession of which he is a member, which is law. Earl says a sanction hearing is now in the works and has been set for October 2022. So they're going to sanction Kartel attorney. Whatever that sanction may be, we wait to see. October 22nd, we are going to see. Among other things, Paula Llewellyn took Buchanan to the GLC after he accused her office of being shady over a request to have the defense in the Vybz Kartel case re-examine a cell phone used as evidence in his murder trial in preparation for an appeal before the United Kingdom-based Privy Council. And that the man do. In did a ask for his phone. Them never give back the phone in a timely matter. They kept brushing him off. I'm busy. We have things to do. Not answering his call, rebuffing him, and him go to the media and him say, yo, them are act shady. They're acting shady about the phone. And she took him to the GLC and now came back with guilty of professional misconduct. Buchanan, one of attorneys representing incarcerated dancehall artist Vybz Kartel, had argued that the handling of the matter by the DPP's office breached his client's constitutional right. Yes, Annette, misconduct. Unstoppable Josh says this is more than cartel case. He is involved in another case that the government just got wind of. Well, Unstoppable Josh, you have to go put that out there, what other case that was, because I'm going off what is here. Me not make up nothing unless me see it. See? They're telling us why. And this has to do with Paula Llewellyn bringing him before the GLC. It doesn't say anything else about anything else. So Buchanan, one of the attorneys representing dancehall artist Vybz Kartel, had argued that the handling of the matter by the DPP's office breached his client's constitutional rights. But the DPP hit back, contending that Buchanan mischaracterized events and accused him of engaging in scurrilous, irresponsibly, outrageous, and reckless behavior. At the time, Paula Llewellyn argued that her office was of the view that his conduct goes against the canons of the legal profession, and as such, it will take its grosses to the council for it to take disciplinary action, and so they did. That is what they gave us. Them never giving nothing else and talk about no new case for them fine and nothing like that. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, how are you, man?
Morning, fam. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm on the work, so I'm going to hold it, you know?
Yeah, talk to me, because we're live, you know.
Yeah, man, I just a call for sure, yeah, so I saw Jamaican go work, you see me, I said, them put everything out there on the media.
Saying.
Remember, I said, they did miss the first deadline where they needed to send the thing Privy Council.
Them look how long Jamaican courts draw that out. Right?
Yeah, man.
Them purposely draw it out to me because, I mean, there was nothing professional about how they handled it, honestly. From an outsider looking in, I don't have no bones to pick with them as far as, me I don't know attorney where them can carry go a GLC or anything like that. I'm speaking from what I have seen and what we all know. Them draw it out. It took forever for that thing to get ready to go to Privy Council, and them did always come up with a next excuse and a next excuse. And who interprets this? Like the stenographer, we don't have a stenographer on the island right now because them fly out and fly gone, so we have to wait until somebody else who is trained and professional in that manner can continue to translate the case. And we don't, they had everything. I followed this. Me follow this in detail, so nobody can tell me nothing. They had every excuse in the book as to why it had taken so long. And still, because I remember Vybz Kartel saying, yo, it's funny that on a take a little bit of time for convict man and dash away, right? Life. But now to get an appeal done, it had taken forever. It's all right. Do no one do. Make us send it go England. I remember him saying
man,
that.
them know where them are do, man.
Them know where them are do, yes.
Remember when them do the live last year?
About 100 man, all people we didn't even know exist in Jamaica. They are all over the interview like the man commit another murder or something. You see what I say?
You see, me think also, this is what you see, I sat getting connection with outside media. That part. So them well want sink him too. He got in connect. Right now we know. Right now them feel like how the hell did Fox 5 get into our prison to a high profile prisoner and conduct an interview and nobody in there don't know about it. How the system get breached and who do that? Right? I already said me not have nothing to do with that. And boom, now comes the girlfriend interview, fiance interview with just gone. It's like them just open up the other old sore there again. So right now them is like, yo, all the attorney there, him forgot to, you know. Him forgot to.
Yeah, man, them know where them at. Them know where them at do, because remember one popular vlogger did come and say a man tried dash with 2 people behind bars.
Mm-hmm.
I interview where man do kind of shake up everything, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so...
But you see them accusation there without proof, my friend. Because the proof was supposed to be on the phone, right? Because the man will testify that is the star witness in the trial. Him tell me so upon the phone, and him say him use them 3 phone there and record everything and then turn it over to the police. So the proof should have been on the phone. That's why me did I say, yo, any of them play that and he come up and him in there, him get shagged. Well, they played out everything on the 3 phones and nothing like that was in the phone at all. In none of the phones.
Yeah, man.
So again, it's just an accusation that was used to tarnish the outlook of somebody even more. Because people now wait for no proof. People not waiting for no proof. People just want to hear the accusation. From them hear the accusation, him guilty. Yeah, him do it. They're not even bother wait for no proof. So the only way now to get to him, yeah, and the only way now to get to him is, how about we tarnish his attorney as well? Because now we can show that his attorney is incapable of. We don't know where coming at that sanction there. What might be coming in that sanction?
It now go up, man. Them a put out everything to make it look bad pan this man as them normally do to Vybz Kartel. But it now go up because member say when that the lady forward out and say, yo, oh yeah, say such thing. You know, him release, Isat did release the email them and it states after the date when the evidence was supposed to be submitted.
Right.
You see me, I say, but I vex because here we go on. Jamaican people run off a hearsay. But Kartel outsmart them and put out everything from the US media.
And you know what also?
Know everything. Huh?
You know what also? Look on it like this. Paula Llewellyn is very much a part of the system, okay? She did it from 2008 in another position. We're in 2022. She's there from 2008. Isat Buchanan is a fresh, new lawyer. So it's kind of like whipping this new student into position then. Like, yeah, you're brilliant, but who do you think you are? Because there are others here that are above you, kind of thing. So we're going to show you how this thing go and who run this. Because nobody can explain to me where professional misconduct come out of when me just read from right so.
Yeah, but check Isat Buchanan background.
Me no business
about
into
that. Certain situation, you know.
That not mean nothing, my friend. I don't business about that because that's not what's on trial. That's not what he got found guilty of professional misconduct for. He's a practicing attorney, and this is that we are dealing with. We're not dealing with the man though before. You know, I have nothing to do with now. It's just like when people you know, I
say him kind of sit in a hot seat like that before.
Seeing.
all of what them a do right now, them only put it out in the media for kind of tarnish him image, but it not gonna work.
Saying.
You see me I say, because him have all the information for sure, say, yo, I go around, you know, when I go around the thing from day one.
You know,
see me I say?
Me feel said them they probably could have, but then again, I don't think so. I was gonna say them probably could have get a straight case upon Kartel, you know. But you see how they wanted so much, them did so excited for sink him that them went above and beyond, and now it's getting picked apart piece by piece. I mean, but here's the thing: in the Jamaican court system, no matter how much you pick it apart, them are gonna stick to where them stick to, regardless. Because we're asking questions, but them not obligated for giving no answer. You see what I say? So it's guilty. I say I'm guilty, and that is it. So luckily there is a outside entity, a body like the Privy Council.
Right.
Right. See it? Manners and respect, my brother.
Yeah, man. We're linked here.
All right. Big up yourself.
All right.
All right. So with that said, we're 5 minutes away from 2 hours, and we're gonna finish this in 5 minutes, right? Soldier 819 says, "What a bag of effort this woman come with. They need to remove this woman because she is overstepping her role." Michelle Howell says, "This is just a nail to his coffin." Audrey Wright says, "Oh, so she talking about herself." Jane Anders says, "It's so obvious how hard they going." Now, if their case was so solid, why would they have to be going so hard? And I mean, I've seen attorneys in Jamaica say all kinds of stuff on tape about other attorneys and about the DPP. And none of them have ever been charged and brought before this governing body and found the GLC and found guilty of professional misconduct. None. So DPP drug cartel attorney in there. I'm willing to bet that if it was another person he was defending and not Vybz Kartel, she wouldn't even care what he was saying. Here's the thing. This sits on Paula Llewellyn's resume, her record. Am I the king of dancehall? Am I the biggest artist out of Jamaica, right? As far as that genre of music go. Of course, we have Shaggy and Sean Paul, that, you know, international, globally we are talking about and these things, but he's up there with those, right? So for me to grab him and put him in prison, yeah, she was the one that did that. It's on her watch. It's something to brag about. It's going to be the same way with Mavado. Let me close this out by saying this. And me put Vybz Kartel and Movado and Ninja Man in a prison, and me lock up dancehall. All of the artists that go on like them bad and think like them, and me lock up the whole of them. That's a stripe. That's a big, heavy stripe. So, you know, for I watched 50 Cent. 50 Cent do an interview, and 50 Cent says the corporate world is more vicious than out in the streets with guns drawn out in the streets. The corporate world is more vicious because the things that he has seen people do to advance themselves in the corporate world, or they cutting off heads along the way. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at her, that's exactly what I see. But with that said, now we don't have a full understanding of what are going on, why Isat Buchanan has been found guilty of professional misconduct. Now we don't have a good understanding of what the Mavado case entails and what the outcome is going to look like. See that. Deal with it. Keep the conversation going in the comment section, and I will join y'all there. All right. Big up on yourself. Manners and respect to each and every one of you. Walk good. And I will catch you tomorrow morning. God spare my life. Right here, so upon Morning Thoughts with SouFLoTV. Hey, Slim B, big up yourself. Thank you. Have a blessed day, everybody. I'm out. Peace.